Hi, hi Sneha. Hey Rishabh. How are you guys doing? Hi Anushri. I see a lot of you have been very regular with all these sessions, and I hope, and I'm just inferring that maybe you're finding these conversations useful. So it's very motivating for us, the entire team, to be continuing to, invite such diverse guests. And today also, right, we'll have Tuhina join us. And I mean, I'm sure I'm really looking forward to today's conversation because, yeah, I mean, the sheer fact that she has a very unconventional journey, and what she's doing is, I mean, at least I've been following her Instagram page, Words of Worth, for a long time now. And yeah, I mean, thus I'm super excited to do this. And I'll probably not take much time now, right? And I will add her to the video. And I hope my audio is working fine. If you guys can just confirm. I wait for these 1 hour for the whole week, sir. Thank you, Kaushal. Uh, Very good to hear that this is adding value. One second. Yeah, I think I'm trying to add her. Uh, One second. It seems to be some issue. Let me try one more time. Hi, all of you guys are waving. Very difficult to wave.
Hey,
Hi,
hi.
Tohina.
Finally, there has to be some glitch before every live, but hey, finally it's happening. Hi, how are you?
Hi, I am great. I think long time. I don't remember when I spoke to you last in
You must
person in
have been
college.
back in college, yes. Way back, yeah.
Yes. So
Yeah.
back sometime when you would have kind of been on the other side of taking dram auditions. I don't know. Like,
Yes, might be, yes, possibly.
yeah. So how are you doing? How are things? How's your lockdown going?
Yeah, I think it's become the norm now for the last 3 months. So I don't think I've been feeling any different anymore. But the truth is, today, particularly after the news of Sushant came in, it's been
Yeah.
a sad day. Also,
Yeah.
generally, the lockdown's not been very sweet for a lot of people who are not as fortunate as us.
Yes.
So, not the happiest time in our lives. I really hope that things improve and things become normal as soon as possible. So, fingers crossed in there.
Same. So, yeah, I think I agree, right? Today, what happened, what came across, and was all over the news, was really sad. And I think for everyone who's watching this, or otherwise also, right? I think if you are facing something similar, you should just talk it out with people around you. And at the same time, I think for all of us, we should be more sensitive with, our near and dear ones, because sometimes, even simple conversations can go a long way in terms of helping someone who's going through something on a personal front. So,
Right.
yes. ठीक है, I think Tuhina, our idea is to through Younger Me project is to have people like you who've done different things in different ways, and probably them coming up and sharing their journey, their experiences in a very candid manner. We usually don't uh, expect or appreciate any sort of gyan. We usually we try to keep it very candid, simple, direct, and the broad idea is that you you go about telling how you did what you did, and maybe people can pick up things, learning by observation, on how you went about things, and they can apply it in their own customized ways in their situations.
Right.
So, on that note, let's start. We have two broad sessions. We have two broad sections to this conversation. First, as usual, is going to be a set of questions that I've prepared for you. And then later on, towards the second half, we can take up questions from the people who are watching us right now. I can
Perfect.
already see a lot of admirers of Words of Earth on comments who are talking about how much they love your work. So I think, guys, if there's anything that you directly want to ask Tuhina, you can. There's a question mark placard at the bottom of your screen. So I would request all of you to put in your questions there so we can pick them up, and we'll try to answer as many as we can in the 1 hour limitation that we have, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, so let me get right into it, right, Tuhina. So why don't you give us a brief background about yourself, what you do, and also maybe touch upon few of, about your growing up days.
Okay, so I think my audience is particularly aware of this thing, but I think the people from Younger Me project would want to know. So I'll just gonna
Yeah,
talk about it really quick.
yeah,
The thing is, I was always this person who was into poetry and dramas and reading. And I think I found a refuge in that right from the outset, right from my childhood. And that's why I took to reading and writing a lot more than generally people do. When I was in college, it was during the placement season in college in third year that I realized that one day I sat myself down and I said, with all of this tension and pressure of getting placed and finding a good job and
right,
everything, uh, what is it that I actually love doing? And the answer was that I love to write. So, because, the liberty of free apps in the
mm,
world, like Instagram, I said, why not hop onto
yeah,
this and create something of my own? And it has been about 4.5 years now that I have been writing on social media platforms simply because I love to. And with all of that, I have managed a full time job all throughout since 2016. So, it has always been this dual personality for me, where I'm not like personality but do two jobs,
yeah,
two
two things
things
to
that I've
manage.
had to
Yeah,
manage. And I think I love it the way that it is, because it gives me the chance to be passionate about something, and at the same time it gives me the joy to be a professional and work at my day job as well. So that's mostly how my journey has been till date. Yeah.
got it. So that's also very relatable to me, right? I've also been trying to do other things while
Right.
my job. So let's say
Yeah.
something like a Younger Me project as well, right? It's more like a thing that we're doing as a, as a group of friends, on a voluntary level. But I mean, following up on
Mm-hmm.
that, right? I agree that you had this knack for writing, reading, etc., etc. But how do you then, escalate this into something as significant and something as prominent as Words of Earth, where you have, hundreds of thousands of followers and admirers. So, how did that happen? How did that journey happen from, let's say, I think when you would have started, I'm sure you would have started with a very small audience, probably your friends, who would have first got onto that page and who started reading, appreciating your work. So, how has that journey been over the last 4 years?
Actually, when I hopped on with no expectations actually. And I was anonymous for the 3 out of 4 years in which I've been working. So, Words of Worth was anonymous. I never put my name on it, not even my photos for a really long time. And it wasn't even my friends who first followed me. So, it was this space that I had created, because I think writing and expressing yourself is a very personal thing, it's a very intimate
Yeah,
thing, and you
yeah,
don't always want to be traced back, you don't always want to be found via
Yeah.
people wanting to know who you are, and then they'll be like, oh, I think because she's wrote this, she's having a bad day. I didn't
Yeah.
want that to happen. So I was sure that I didn't want to talk about myself. I wanted my writing to do the talking, and from the start, that's what I had in mind. Later, of course, I think I was very stubborn about it. I was really hoping this will work out. And so even when I had like 12-hour work days at the bank, I would come
Yeah.
back and write, because that's where I found my solace and happiness. And I was an optimist, okay, and I was very stubborn. So I was like, okay, yeah, I have to make this work. I have to make sure that what I'm writing finds an audience. So, like, this stubborn little child, I put out my writing for over 1.5 years without, there's this phrase in Hindi ki makhi bhi nahi bhanakti hai. So literally, nobody cared. Nobody knew about who I was. There was not a single makhi on my account. And it took me a really, really long time to find the audience. So I think the consistency that I stick to really worked in my favor. And yeah, it's been since then that people have reached out to me and they appreciate me for my work. So that means a lot to me. And yeah, that's probably been my journey. It never starts with you having
Yeah.
a
Huge
lot of
plans.
people to fall back on. Yeah, and
Yeah. Yeah.
never happens in a way that you don't work for it and you get it. So anybody who thinks of creating anything which is an alternate career plan for them, or even if it's the only plan, I think never expect an easy ride, is what I'll say, because it's going to be tough and it's going to take a lot of work.
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
Hmm.
I mean, I can relate to what you were saying on multiple levels, but I think this
I
conversation is
know.
totally about you. But so, I mean, one general tendency that people, a lot of people have is that writing is a very casual process. It's very simple. Anyone can write. These are these
Mm-hmm.
typical perceptions, right? So, uh, I mean, if I look at your page, right, you sometimes you come up with poetry, which is, let's say, 8 lines, 10 lines, or you come up with couplets, or a lot of those things which probably I don't know very well of. So, I mean, what is this? What are the technical aspects in the kind of work that you're doing? If you would like to briefly talk about it.
So, the first thing when I create on social media is to know that this is not a literary piece of work. This is not something that I'm submitting to a university. This is something that I'm writing for resonance. I'm writing for an audience which would connect with it. So,
Yeah.
I personally feel a lot of those things, which is why I'm able to write those. And my intent is simple, is to reach out to people. It's to make sure that my writing finds admirers in some way or the other. So it's not to appease or to, I mean, it's not to appease to a literary sect, but to
Hmm.
appease to people generally. How do we consume social media content is very important to know. So when you're on the go, when you don't have a lot of time, like generally, अभी तो हमारे पास बहुत वक्त है, but मतलब
Uh,
when do you check your social media? You check it when you're on the commute, when you're probably sitting in the toilet, when you're doing some 100 different tasks, and this is one of the multitasking things that you're doing. So I figured early on that Instagram is not a medium where people want to come and read a lot of very heavy things.
Stuff.
They want to
Yeah.
come here for a little bit of a breather, a respite. And I think I started creating on those lines. So my poems, of course, they are about resonance, but they're also about communicating an idea and a voice and a thought. So I feel about certain things, what's happening in the country, what's happening in the world. I want to talk about it with the intent of including poetry and art in it. So that's what I try to
Yeah.
do. So everything that I'm writing here is 100% from the heart, and I think it reaches out to people when we try to do that. So yeah, no gyan
Yeah.
in there. That's as simple and bare as it could be.
Yeah. So, I think so. Let's talk about your own personal decisions, right? I mean, you started and you were working with a bank right after college. So, I think, and
Yeah.
now you're working more in a marketing sort of a role,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
how do you go about transitioning that? And I'm sure that, I mean, what was that inflection point in life where you thought, maybe what I'm doing is not something I'd want to continue, and how did you go about it?
So you know ऐसी चीजें होती है जो आप सोचते हो कि आप कर सकते हो, और आप करते हो और आप कर लेते हो, लेकिन आपको खुशी नहीं मिलती. सो if I were to lay it bare, it's simply that when I joined Citibank and I was working there for 2.5 years, I realized that this is something I can do. This is a great
Hmm.
environment. These are great people. It's a lovely
Yeah.
bank. I'm getting paid well, but is it something that I really, really feel myself doing well at? I'm not sure.
Hmm.
And to be very honest, I was a little intimidated by the world of finance. It's not the most friendly. And even though I could understand and absorb a lot of it, I felt like this is not something which is my forte. I've always immersed myself in narratives, in stories, and in bits and pieces of poetry and performances. So I don't think this is necessarily the place where I envision myself. And yeah, that is where it came to me that after 2 years I put in my papers and I moved to a marketing role. And even now I'm moving to a core brand management role going forward from here. And I think that's where I envision myself. It's something that I've been doing with my own personal brand, which is Words of Worth, and I think I can do it for organizations as well. So that's primarily what my idea about all of this is. I'm happy that I got the opportunity in my career before an MBA to move into a marketing role also, because that doesn't
Yeah.
necessarily happen to a lot of us. But yeah, I think I'm happy to make the switch. And I think कुछ वक्त बाद अगर किसी को पता चल जाता है कि उसको इस चीज से खुशी नहीं मिल रही है, and it could be
So
like,
it's always.
mostly for people like us who are from, say, the colleges that we come from, it's very easy to be fooled by the great packages that you get, by the great work environment. But if it's not giving you happiness, it's
Yeah.
switch. I mean, more, and I'm saying this more today because of what has happened with Sushant. I mean,
Hmm.
not to come back to it, but it's just an eye opener that what might seem like hunky dory might not always be, and mental health comes first. So might as well do what you love doing for 12 hours than what you think you can just do for the heck of it. So that's pretty much what I feel.
Yeah. So good to hear these thoughts and these things coming from you. Uh, let's talk about marketing. You mentioned you're getting into a marketing role and Words of Worth. So, what do you think are, let's say, the top two, three hands-on things that have worked really well for Words of Worth as a brand, right? And that have helped you reach out to more and more audiences. I mean, these are 101 tips for somebody who's also wanting to do something similar.
Sure. So I think realize that social media for most parts of it is free. So make your account everywhere and maintain your account everywhere. So if it's, say, LinkedIn, if it's, say, if you are looking to do a personal branding sort of thing, which I have done, which is create my own page and my own brand, and also offer my services as a freelancer for content related work, it's
Hmm.
important that you exist on platforms where you can be searched for. So, social media mein mostly, which is Facebook, your LinkedIn, your Instagram, and also smaller apps, okay? Like these regional apps like Hello, Sheroes, jitne bhi you think you can work with the content that you're actually creating, and you can kind of mirror the same on all platforms. Try and do that, because you want to be discoverable, you want to be Googleable, you want to be
Hmm.
found. And the
Yeah.
best way to do that is to increase your ability to be
Online
found.
footprint. Yeah.
Yes, your online footprint. So that's one thing that I personally think that has worked. The other thing is to it's like I came up with this little I don't know what you call it. I forgot the name. The acronym that you make for, like, one letter stands for something. So I made like this branding vowel um, thing. So it's A stands for finding your audience,
Uh,
knowing who you're creating your content for,
right.
and also stands for, say, aiming and knowing where you want to reach with your brand. So, broadly defined goals are very important. Who you're writing for is also very important. So
Hmm.
if you're a writer, if you're a brand marketer, again, that becomes the most important targeted approach for you. But
Yeah.
having a broadly defined aim really helps. Then the second thing is E. When you go for E is for exploration and exposure. So before you finally go into creating your own brand, it's important for you to expose yourself to what is the possibility in the world. So
Yeah.
expose yourself, explore things, give them their chance, take your time with it, and then go into the step of inspiration, say, which is I for inspiration. So AE ho gaya, we're at I right now, which
Yeah.
is inspiration is you sift through 100 different things and you find out, okay, this is the one that appeals to me most. But if you're
Yeah.
going to copy from that itself, it's going to be plagiarism. So you find out some 10, 15 brands or organizations or individuals or voices that you personally relate with, and you see, okay, what's the good thing that they're doing, what's the good thing that
Yeah.
they're doing, and then you take from them. And you don't
Yeah.
copy blindly, you don't plagiarize, but you get inspired. And
Yeah.
you get, that's how you get ideas, how you create threads of thoughts. And
Yeah.
then when you go into the O part of it, which is organizing, you
Yeah.
plan out and you structure everything. So you create Excel sheets, or you create whatever you want to do, create
Yeah.
metrics for yourself which will determine your performances. And when coming to the last part of it, which is you in the last set of vowels, U stands for undertake. So now whatever research you've done, whatever work you've done, whatever
Yeah.
brand tonality, fashion that you like, stick to it and undertake it. Now execute it. And don't just be, a lot of times this happens to us ki, you realize there's so much to do, you don't want to do it at all. You're scared right from the outset. And for a lot of us, hoga, am I even capable of doing something like this? But I think undertaking is very important. Now that you've done the research, now that you've done the groundwork, now you've done the
Hmm.
groundhog, it's time for you to execute and undertake what you've started out to do. So when you're creating your brand, I think this set of vowels, I don't remember, I hope you can remember the name. There's a
Yeah.
set of
Yeah.
names we give to when you create I think, I don't know what it is, mnemonics, I think.
I
Yeah,
am
I
also
think it's
not very
mnemonics.
sure.
You took
Mnemonics.
cat, you should know. But
That is
yeah.
another story. This is not the
Yeah,
cat session we're at.
yeah, this
I
is
do
not the
that
cat session, but
separately.
I think, yeah, this is, I think,
Uh,
mnemonics. So
yeah,
yeah,
mnemonics.
I think that's important for you to remember that yes, that's mnemonics. There's somebody who's told me that on the comment section.
Yeah.
So yes, perfect. That's what I wanted to say. That's how you create your own brand, I think.
Yes, awesome. So we've also, I think, I've made mental notes of this for the Younger Me project, right? And we we'll soon get to that undertake level and kind of take this, you know, on a larger scale now. So amazing. I think one, let's kind of, you know, go to a more generic perspective. Uh, if you think about what are your views on overall people creating careers out of social media, how would you look at that? I mean, over the last few years, we see that across different art forms and things have started to mature out. We now know that we now see that there are poets that are in the center stage that are
Mm-hmm.
popular. We
Right.
see that stand-up comics are now coming up. That space is also developed. So, what do you think about internet content creators, bloggers? What do you think about that as a career option for people if they're watching?
I think it's brilliant. I think if you can do it, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of ideation, and you have to be constantly fueled and inspired to be creating every single day. Because, I mean, with the beauty of social media, which is the fact that it's free for usage, comes
Yeah,
the constant rate of consumption. So you can't create something good today and sit idle and say, okay, jab mera man karega agli baar, then I'll create something. It doesn't work like that, sadly.
yeah,
But
yeah,
yes, the more people who are joining in, I think it's becoming a little bit of a fad where youngsters are not thinking through their why and how, and
hmm,
joining in because of the ease of access and no really barrier to entry. So when you're joining into social media and you want to be a content creator, it's brilliant. It could be your full-time job. Now that's a credible career option for most people, which is great. I mean, I mean, my parents or your parents or even our older brothers and sisters couldn't have thought of it, but now it's a
yeah,
very viable career option. Very important to know is क्यों start करना है, what is the purpose, what do you want to communicate. If it's just going to be you coming here and talking about consumerism and promoting an unhealthy buying culture, I don't think you should step in, because there are, I mean, not to put flack on anybody, but enough people doing that already. And brands have been
Yeah.
using influencer marketing to their benefit very, very well. So
Yeah.
if you're only coming here to, talk about some good clothes and good jewelry, great, it's important. Styling is very important. Clothing is very important. But that can't be the only thing that you're talking about.
Yeah.
So start with the intention which is clear, which is, do you have something to say? Do you have a voice? Do you have a narrative that you think needs to go get into the world? And after you have that answer for you, step in and talk about things. So it's good to start, and but always know your reasons, and always know why and how you want to approach it. Also, it's a lot of work, it's a lot of putting yourself out there, it's a lot of it could be a harsh world if you're not getting the right kind of response. It could be extremely demotivating if your page is not picking up. So prepare for that mentally. And if you're only thinking about making a career out of this, which is also going to support you financially, it won't happen for the first 2-3 years. Maybe it could happen for you in the first year as well, but it's very unpredictable. Like,
Yeah.
unlike a college degree which will, give you a
Give you
job,
fixed
which will give
returns.
you,
Yeah.
yes, it's not as predictable. And that is one of the reasons why I have not quit my job, and I don't intend to quit it also, because I make a fraction of the money that I make here from my job. So, I'm sorry, the other way around. So I make
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
little money from here versus what I make from my job. And that's not the only reason. I am happy working, which is why I've continued. But um, even for a writer, and even for somebody with a decent amount of social media following, it's not necessary and important that financial stability will follow. So weigh out your odds. It's an unpredictable, uncharted world out here. If you're courageous enough, and it requires a lot of courage, because you might not be feeling up to it, you might be mentally disturbed. It's a fickle world. Numbers drive a lot of things. And I mean, you might give your best, but you never know what works, right? So prepare for all of that. But I think never, like, the finance kid that I've been, I will say this, like the cliche Ratta line, which is never put all your eggs in one basket.
In one basket.
And
Yeah.
and you can have a lot of baskets if you're capable of doing that. And I think people generally are.
Right. So I think very good that you mentioned this, and we had stand-up comedian Nishant Suri the other day, and I asked him the same question and asked you the same question, right? When people admire work, and you've I think 160,000 followers on Instagram, you would also have friends who are also writers now, who are in the same space. Is all of this glamorous, overwhelming? I mean, how do you handle that on a personal front? And is it, I mean, at least from people who are not in the space, right? They think that it's super cool to, have so many followers. I mean, how do you handle that on a personal front?
I don't think there's been a change in my life like that. I think it's good to get the attention. किसको अच्छा नहीं लगता? But I think uh, it's not that I'm living any differently than I used to live before.
Hmm.
Yes, there's a little pressure on you always, because you want to constantly grow, you want to constantly do good work, and
Yeah.
a lot of people, and you sometimes see that they're doing such great work. I'm not lying, like, I'm just going to be very honest.
Yeah, yeah,
Sometimes you just
yeah, yeah.
open your stories and you're like, oh my God, these people have reached here, and I don't think I'm moving anywhere. I don't think anything good is happening in my life. It's very natural and it's very normal.
Yeah.
But I think it has taken constant work for me for about, I think, 1.5 years to let go of these things, to not place my worth on what opportunities I'm getting, but more on what I'm hearing from people when I write something nice, when um, something touches their heart. Like, I get these
Yeah.
messages on my birthday this year. This girl messaged me and said, in 2017 I read your writing, and I felt so alone, but I had your writing to fall back on, and I was going through the suicidal phase of life, and your writing really helped. I mean, I think things like these, when you hear,
Yeah.
I don't think you run behind fame and opportunities. Of course I want them. Everybody wants them. When you're putting in effort, you want the returns. But I think it's important to know that your journey is not going to be turning out like everybody else's, and you have
Yeah.
to keep faith in the process. And आना होगा तो आएगा, नहीं आना होगा तो नहीं आएगा. आई थिंक खुश रहना चाहिए
Uh,
यार, इतना नहीं सोचना चाहिए इस बारे में. नॉट वर्थ इट.
I see how you used worth a lot of times in your answer, so that's good.
Yeah, nahi, sahi mein, because this has become the thing, right? Like it's a cliche, everybody talks of it, but it impacts your mental health so much to see
Yeah.
people doing so well, to see everybody, things working out for people, them achieving, and it's a constant. Like I do this, it's a very unhealthy practice, but I wake up in the morning and I check my phone. And I had
Yeah.
done, and like I had stopped doing that, but once the lockdown began, I began that unhealthy practice again. So today, today I consciously told myself, no, that's not going to be the first thing I do. I'm going to go take a walk and then come back and look at my phone. So these little things, you have to regulate and change for yourself, because otherwise, who else is responsible for your well-being than you? So yeah.
Yeah. Right. So on a lighter note, right? Any who are the other writers or accounts on Instagram that you really admire or that you follow? And maybe following up with that, if you could talk about if there's any one or two special lines that you wrote that are really close to you that you think is probably one of your most I don't know the adjective to use. Your
Favorite.
most favorite piece of work. Yes. Yes.
Okay. So there are loads of Instagram writers that you can check out. There is somebody called Pavana Reddy whose work I really like. There is Naira Wahid whose work I really like. Then there is I'm just trying to recall. Yeah, I think these two you can check out. Rupi Kaur, a lot of people know. If you
Yeah.
are into that kind of poetry, do feel free to check it out. Then there is someone called Mehreen. Her account name is Mehreen Poetry. She is also brilliant. There is somebody called Noor Unneher, I think. I might be forgetting her name, but yeah, Noor is her name. She's a Pakistani writer. Do check her out. And yeah, loads of people. I think I keep doing these constant shout outs on my
Uh-huh.
Instagram handle if I like someone's work. So
Yeah.
if you're following me in this space, uh, feel free to check them out when I share. And
Yeah.
I think when it comes to picking out a favorite for my own writing, I can't do that because it's gravely unjust. Each piece is equally close to my heart and equally detached. So, but I think one piece really took off. It went viral. It was on like WhatsApp, and people were sharing it. And then in the US, I heard somebody made merchandise out of it without my permission. But I think that's
Okay.
the peril. That's the peril of operating on a free app where
Yeah.
you don't have your copyrights per se always. So yeah, there was this piece that I had written, which was fold your ego and make paper planes. I swear you'll fly.
Yeah.
And this was one little quote that I'd written. Then there are like full blown poems and everything. So I've read them out like 100 times. I don't remember them in this. मतलब अभी तो if I read it out, my regular audience would be like, "Oh God, she doesn't remember her own poems only." But yeah, I think my poetry, I think I'm equally attached and detached to all of my pieces. And very interestingly enough, all the pieces
Hmm.
that I think are my good work, that I think कि मैंने यार बहुत मेहनत के लिखा है, सोच के
Uh,
लिखा है, ये तो अच्छा लगेगा. That's the one that does not get that response.
the
Yeah, it's
pickup. Yeah.
yeah, I don't know why. I think Instagram has become, it started loving very predictable, obvious things. I don't know why. But I
Uh,
think it's for us, it's people like us who have to push the envelope and tell people constantly that you can't love what you always read. You have to, that
yeah.
phrase, broaden your horizon
Yeah,
and
I think
read more.
one. Yeah, I think one reason, why this would have been, why this could have been happening, would
Hmm.
be that people, in terms of their maturity of content consumption, I think is very different. So maybe there's a lot of people who've now started following, such type of work. So maybe I think that
Yeah,
maturity level is very different. So
true.
you being you and you being writing for the last 4 years would have a very different, you know,
Absolutely. Yeah.
liking and disliking.
Tastes and
So
choices are a function of what you're exposed to. So when you
yeah,
read a certain kind of work, you feel ki, acha, this is the tonality that works for me, and it's a very personalized thing. So I think keeping
uh,
the content mixed is the best for me as a creator. But
yeah,
yeah, I generally do have a little bit of a like I don't get the fact that a lot of people are into this hate roast kind of a thing nowadays, where they just want to um, you know, I mean, you know what I'm talking about, the
yeah.
YouTube thing
Put the
with
other person
Carrie
down.
Minati. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
it's unfair, and I don't think that's why anybody should be creating content in the first place. And generally, when roasts happen, I know this could be unpopular opinion, but
This is a very
generally when
unpopular
roasts
opinion.
happen, yeah, generally when roasts happen, they're happening with the consent of the people and in a safe environment. And I think just with what has happened today again, I just keep coming back to it. A lot of kindness and sympathy is needed in the digital space because it's becoming
Yeah.
superficial and fickle. So yeah, I will maintain that.
Awesome. So I think let me take a quick concluding comment from you on what would be your advice to, let's say, Tohina back in college days. Over the last 4 5 years, you've done a lot of things, but any you would tell somebody who's right now in college or who might be interested in reading, right? So, what would be that closing, concluding statement be from your side? Then we can get into questions that people have. Uh, I think we're facing some issue with the network. Is it on my side? I don't know. Guys, can you hear me? Uh, 1 second. Hmm, Acha. So I think Tuhina left. I'll quickly add her again. Uh, so you can hear me. The issue isn't on Bhatindu's side. Okay, got it. So I think she'll join back. Yes. Huh.
Yeah, sorry, I think there was a glitch, but I
Yeah,
heard your
yeah.
question.
Okay.
The question was, what would I say to myself, I think 5 years ago, right?
Yes.
Um, I think, I had this thought, which is to become a specialist, to
Hmm.
be the best at one thing, the
Hmm.
best at whatever I did, so that I had the ultimate experience and energy and, expertise in what I was doing. And
Right.
I kind of had this thought right from the start. But I realized going forward that I think it's more beneficial to be a generalist
Generalist.
and not
Yeah.
necessarily a specialist. There's a book called Range where I read this thought and I related to it instantly because I
Yeah.
was reading that um, Roger Federer
Hmm.
was this man who started playing all sorts of sports. Okay, his parents encouraged him to play everything, and after playing with a lot of after trying his hands at everything, he realized that he was good with his hand-eye coordination, and sports that involved playing with a ball were probably that he ones that he loved more. And I
Yeah.
think that's important for you to know for you to have that elimination process. So when I was younger, I was always thinking of what can I do to reach a certain stage, what can I do to get the best perfect job in finance, what can I do to study, what can I study to reach at A level. I think knowledge should never be only specialized. Of course, this has a caveat. You can't
Yeah.
say this when you're becoming a doctor. When somebody's life depends on it.
Yeah.
When you're doing a specialized job, once you've figured it out, then of course your study has to be more specialized. But when you're at a early stage, when you're in college, when you're in school, I think don't start out with one idea कि अगर ये नहीं हुआ तो अब कुछ नहीं है. I think it's
Right.
always good to stay open and always read enough to know more when you are making decisions. So that's one thing that I would tell myself. I think I've been doing that from the start, which has helped me, which is reading a lot more than consuming any other kind of content, because it
Right.
really really makes a difference. So for me, I think my advice to my younger self is, of course, have courage and try your hands at everything till you know where you think your hand fits best.
Right.
So yes.
Awesome. So, very helpful to Ina. Now
Thank you.
let's get into the Q&A part of the things, right? I think I can already see few questions. If anyone
Okay.
wants to add in their questions to the pool, please feel free to use the question mark tab, right? So, wait, let me pick one. Mm, 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 mm. Okay. So let's take one question from Tanya. How do you manage time between interest and your work?
Okay, so there is no real managing time if you really want to do something. So I'm a morning person. I wake up early.
Hmm.
Most of my writing happens early in the morning, and then I go about my, like, when we used to go to offices. tab, I used to write in the morning, go to work, post about 10:30 in the day, and come
Hmm.
back, and around 6ish I would post again, because while commuting back from the office, in the metro sometime, or in the cab, I would come up with something, think about something. So I was constantly thinking. So anybody
Yeah.
who's writing is constantly thinking. Anything in the conversations in the day would I would remember that, have that in the back of my mind sometimes, and note down things right then and there if something hits me. So I make it, yeah, so digital, notes on my phone, or like
Yeah.
analog, written it down with hand. So I think, I don't think I've had to struggle so much, because I'm not making videos which requires a lot of editing and
Yeah.
post production. So I think for me that has been helpful, that I'm writing on the go, not a problem as such.
Got it. Got it. So, I think that answers. So let's move to the next question. Books you recommend, very generic, broad question, but
Very, like, the
important.
most asked question. But I think I will not give you one name, because that's unfair, and I don't know what genre you'd like to read. But I'll say that read as much non-fiction as possible, because I have grown up reading a lot of fiction, but I think that is, it's an imaginary concocted world. It's not real. But I think it's important to read more biographies. It's important to read stories of people who you look up to. So for now that
Yeah.
I've picked up the book of Trevor Noah called Born a Crime, and I'm just seeing what it took to become Trevor Noah. Like, it's
Hmm.
inspiring. It's also giving you a lot of, like, in the book. Till now, I've just finished about a fourth of it, and it's talking about apartheid. It's talking about a first-hand experience, which is
Yeah.
education in itself. So I think as many biographies as you can pick up autobiographies, memoirs, stories of real people. I think that's going to be really, really helpful. And of course, once in a while, do pick up your fiction, because that fuels your soul.
Yeah. Yeah, I think there's a follow-up question on that. Something. So, would you recommend audiobooks to people who struggle with reading? So,
Absolutely.
yeah. So, let's say, I am also not a person who's very much into reading.
Hmm.
What I try to do is, like you said, right? I try to watch the documentaries, biopics on people's life. So I'm that kind of a person. I don't spend a lot of time reading. I've not had that habit from the beginning. So,
Hmm.
are audiobooks an option for people to
Absolutely. I think now
begin?
there's this one very heavily advertised one called Storytel, I think, which keeps popping up
Okay.
on my YouTube. But yeah, I think definitely whatever works for you. So there is no one size fits all. Whatever the intent or the idea behind reading is, to educate yourself, to know more, to have a worldview and a perspective.
Yeah.
Whatever helps, be it podcasts, be it ebooks, be it Kindles, be it audiobooks, jahan se bhi you can. And I think the
Yeah.
good part about audiobooks or podcasts is that it does not require 100% attention. You can multitask, you can do something else while listening to it. And what's bad, like that's just generally like you're conversing
Yeah.
to your friend, right? You're just listening to somebody. So if books don't work for you, if you're not into that, you can't give that 100% attention, which has definitely shrunk now that we've started using our cell phones.
Yeah.
I would highly recommend reading on your phone if that's what works for you. So I have this
Yeah.
app downloaded called Blinkist,
Yeah.
which gives you the stories in like a abridged version, like a shorter form, and
Yeah.
mostly in pointers. So I would recommend you to pick up or read from sources like these, or you can just sift through Medium. I think it's a brilliant, brilliant site to browse and spend time on.
Yeah. On that note, I think you have also recently come out with your own podcast. So if you would
Yeah.
want to talk about that, how has that got about with people?
I think I was very happy to get the response that I did because I didn't envision it. I've tried to answer questions about creativity, the ones that I get asked most. So, how do you start? Why do you start? And what's the best way to grow your own page? What to do when you are, bereft of ideas? So,
Right.
trying to address those in terms of creativity, not necessarily writing. So it's called Words of Worth with Tuhina Raj. That podcast is available on all leading streaming platforms like Ghana, Spotify, Apple Podcast, JioSaavn. So anywhere and
Got it.
everywhere that you can get hands on it, do check it out. I hope you'll, find something relevant to, help you out with.
Got it. Got it. So I am going to spend some time. I saw it on your story, but I think I was at that point in time I was interning, so I did
Oh,
not have much time. So I think now I'm
whenever. Yeah,
relatively
yeah,
free. So okay, let me pick the next question up then. Um, I don't know. I think again this is a bit of a cliche question, but I would still take this up again. How to have the courage to change your career coming from
yeah.
past.
Yeah, ये थोड़े personality thing होती है. Like I think a lot of us are, um, I personally am that person who can't stay unhappy for too long. Like I get, like I can't do something if it's making me unhappy, and I don't necessarily engage with it for too long. So once I figured that okay, something is not making me very happy, that banking is something that's wow, it's amazing, it's a world that's brilliant, but I
Yeah.
think it's not for me. I think I would have been happier somewhere else, and I chose to move to that place. I don't think it requires a lot of courage. It just requires conviction. It requires you to know कि ठीक है, if you step into a world, an environment different than this, that you will survive. And I think I had that conviction, which is why I chose to move.
Yeah. So yeah, I think again it'll to add to your answer, right? I think everyone is in very different situations. I mean, some people have a bit like somewhat more leverage in terms of taking risks. So if you have that risk appetite and if the conditions allow, you should definitely go for it. And
Mm-hmm.
if not, then you should probably try to create a balance, right? When you have you should ideally
Absolutely.
have fallback options. But
Mm-hmm.
in no situation whatsoever is there a situation when you don't have any room for anything else than just one
That's
thing.
true. That's true. That's so
So
true.
that way, I think everyone should. I mean, it's everyone's own story, and they're the lead in their movie,
And I
right?
feel like a lot of us take this कि अच्छा ठीक है अभी we're at a stage and age where we should struggle and hustle, the most popular internet word, hustle. And but
Uh,
I think hustle shouldn't make you feel sad. It shouldn't make you feel any less of who you are. Of course you work hard, you put your head down and you focus, but if it's not for something that gives you happiness, is it really worth it?
yeah, totally agree to that, Veena. So let's pick the next question. This is more direct, very direct. How to increase reach of your blog page on Instagram? Any specific things that people could do?
Specifically, I think a lot of people try to think about ways of marketing it more than looking at the content. And I think it should always be the other way around. So first thing is you get your content right. You figure out what you want to write.
Yeah.
It's going to be constantly evolving, but you also have to constantly educate yourself on it and improve. So that's what I try to do. I don't know if I've been successful in that or not, but that's what my outlook is. And to grow your Instagram page, I think on any social media platform, the only thing that counts is your consistency. If you're
Yeah.
in it for the long haul and you're in it for the right reasons and you're going to do it with all your heart, I think it's going to work out.
Yeah. No, I completely agree, Tuhina. But if you could probably, let's say, I think one thing that I have observed, right, is that you use the same color palette across most of your
Hmm.
posts. So
Hmm.
I think that is one good thing for recognition in terms of when this, like, so when people look at your content, they can easily identify that it's coming from Words of Earth. Anything else that any other one or two pointers hands-on that you think people can
I think
use as a standard practice?
one thing, as you mentioned very rightly, is the fact that it's a visual medium.
Yeah,
It's a visual medium, so Instagram is always going to be a place where pictures will do the talking.
yeah,
So recognize that fact and don't try to go against it. So the more you embrace it, the better quality photographs and the better quality visuals or graphics or creatives you can make, the better it is for you. I think somebody here just said, how much time does it take to grow into a big account? It's a very different question. For some people it happens overnight. For some people it happens in 3 years, 4 years. For some people it happens in a few months.
yeah,
So there is no one right, correct answer to it. But generally, I think if it's a organically built audience, which is of people who are real legitimate readers and followers, it will definitely take you some 2 years to become anywhere close to, say, a 50K.
yeah,
So I mean that's my journey. That's what I've experienced. Of course, it's different for a lot of other lifestyle content creators, fashion
yeah,
content creators, and comedians. It's different, okay? So and for me, this is something that I do on the side. This is not my day job, so I'm not putting that much amount of effort or energy as say. A Sejal Kumar would be putting, because she
yeah,
does this day in and day out and she creates video content, which is even more tough.
yeah,
So it's different, and the amount of fame also accounts for it. Um, when you talk about content, yeah, I think it's a very, मतलब इसको मैं कैसे समझाऊं कि how do you
mm,
differentiate between good content or bad? It's something that appeals to you, right? So building and getting that nerve right is the trial and error that you do as a creator, which is um, creating every day and seeing कि क्या आपके लिए काम करेगा या क्या नहीं करेगा. So what is it that your
mm,
audience appreciates? What is it that you appreciate? And is
yeah,
there a match between the two? Is there an overlap? Can you create more of this? It's a very generic answer, but I think that's the best I can get to it.
yeah. So let me. I think we don't have a lot of time at hand. So I'll probably take the last couple of questions. Uh, how do you how to motivate yourself in a world of arrogance and hate? And I think well, in general, right, on social media, there's a lot of hate as well, a lot of criticism that comes. So how do you manage balance in that?
I have very thankfully not been, party to a lot of hate, and I've not gotten a lot of hate. So that's thankful and very very blessed, because I don't think I've done anything to get hate. But yeah, it's very real. It's very true. And I remember this very stark comment on one of my photos. So I did not used to put a lot of my photos. So once you
Hmm.
don't put your photos, your audience gets accustomed to the fact कि हाँ मतलब this is a page that's only going to talk about poetry, that's only going
Yeah,
to put writing. And once you put out your photos, some people just absolutely love it, but some people become very bitter. I don't know why. They just don't want to see you, or probably it's me. And I've gotten comments like, why is this ugly girl here on my feed? And why is she putting herself here? this is, I haven't followed this page for looking at your photos, I am following it for your writing. And I've heard those comments. It's not been extremely hateful, but it's not a very pleasant thing to hear in any way.
Yeah.
So I think the only way to look at hate is that कि इनके पास seriously कुछ और better काम नहीं है. And I don't know, I can't be any more sweet about it. But yes,
Yeah.
if you have a better thing to do, if you don't like something, you unfollow, right? You have that option all the time. But
Yeah.
if you are taking the time out to spread hate, I don't think those people need or deserve any kind of attention anyway. But if it's an ongoing thing, of course, your platforms have an option to report them, to take necessary action, and I think you should definitely exploit that option. Don't take it from anybody, but don't give it to anybody else as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I agree with you totally, right? I mean, whatever you do, you'll always have some critiques. Uh,
Absolutely.
Anything, right? You you can't name a
And I
single
think you should account
person.
for it mentally. You should
Yeah,
account for it mentally कि जब आप सड़क पे भी चल के जा रहे हो रोड पे, you're not always going to get admirers, you're not always going to get the most helpful people in the world. You will always get a mixed set of people. So you
yeah,
should prepare when you're a creator that okay, I might get hate, I might get flack, I might get unnecessary comments and videos, because it's open to a set of audience which is not always like-minded. So yes, I think it's a peril that I mean, with the fame also comes a little bit of hate.
yeah.
So if you can account for it and you can convince yourself, then I think check.
Yeah. So I think in favor of time, I'll just take any concluding feelings that you have about this 1 hour that we spent. And yeah, I mean, for me at least, it was very nice. I did not feel the 56, 57 minutes that we've been talking. So
Yeah,
thank you
I'm
so much for
amazed. I'm
spending.
amazed. Thank you. Thank you for having me. I think the work that you're doing is brilliant. I think it's important to have these sessions with people where we just strip apart the fact that we're, you know, people trying to create and hustle, and sit and see why, what is it that we're trying to do and what it takes to be there. So I don't personally think I've achieved something in life, or मैंने कुछ बहुत crazy life में कर लिया है, या ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है. But I feel like if my story can help somebody or tell them कि ठीक है, it's a natural progression that by 25 you can also have a job and you can have a passion project on the side.
Yeah.
If it can give anybody a little bit of amount of courage and help and perspective, I think I'm happy to do that. So and more so for people who are at our age, who are in their
Yeah.
early or their mid 20s, who want to know more about the world, to form more informed career choices.
Yes.
So always happy to help, and thank you so much for having me, Vartindu. It's a pleasure, and you're no less a celebrity on LinkedIn that I saw. So
No, no.
thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, thank you so much, Suhina, for taking out the time and for all these words, not just in the session, but in the last 1 minute that you spoke of. So yeah, I mean, hopefully, after a few months, when we have a larger set of new, fresh people joining the Younger Me project, hopefully we'll see you again sometime later on.
Definitely, definitely. Happy to.
चलो ठीक है थैंक यू सो मच सुहीना ऑल द
Thank
बेस्ट
you.
for all the things for your job switch for your page for your all the experiments that you're going to do with your writing uh,
Thank you.
all the best
And wish the same for you. Thank you so much. Bye bye.
thank you okay thank you everyone thank you hope this was insightful okay bye okay I think guys this was amazing I had a great time also I would want to quickly while we are wrapping this up I would want to ask all of you to share this or any of the previous videos of the Younger Me project with your friends and family who you think might benefit out of this. Also, if there's any suggestion that you have for our team at the Younger Me project to invite specific individuals, people, please feel free to DM us on our Instagram page or write to us, tag us anywhere on LinkedIn or Instagram. So thank you so much. With this, I am going to end this and take care. Also, take care of not just yourself but people around you, all your near and dear ones. talking things out is very important. That's one major message for the day. So, okay, thank you. Bye.